All right, everybody. Your boy is still dying of allergies here, so I do apologize if I'm still clearing my throat, coughing every now and then. I know that can't be enjoyable for you guys to hear, but I'll try to do my best to not cough. Today we're going to be working on the sketch that I did before of Val Bennet from our Webtoon Born and Raised. So yeah, I did some line work off stream, and let me get over to that screen so you guys can see what's going on. So I'm going to try to finish up the live work and then we'll do some rendering. Let me know if any of the music's too loud, you have trouble hearing me, anything like that. And we'll just get right into it. Let's see, let me find the brush that I was using. There we go. Hey, Pansy, how's it going? It's okay, no worries. At least that you saw it and you were able to get in time. We still got like a couple days, so. No, I don't like that. Pensy's not allowed to be in pain all the time. It makes me sad. Oops. Not pink. It's definitely not what I want. No. No dead pensies allowed. The best people aren't allowed to die. Yeah, exactly. The pensy will live on. Yeah, a little bit of immortality never hurt anybody, right? Just a smidge. Just the tip, just to see what it feels like. Let's see. Trying to figure out where everything is here. Do that. The jacket. Ugh. I'm also dead. I'm dead with allergies. Have to do all the necromancies there, Havoc. You have a full docket on your full schedule of resurrections. Let's see. So this undershirt's a little longer. Jacket. Yeah, you can be a living vampire as long as you're not it's not morbid time. Oh god, that movie was so bad. It was an undeniable masterpiece of cringe. To be fair, I didn't even like him like in the comics either. Thought he was a pretty lame villain slash anti-hero. I got bit by a bat and now I'm kind of like a vampire. It's like, what? It's not how that works, man. It's not how it works, the Jared Leto's. Sorry for the crunching. Helsingborg. Borgen Schmorgen von Dorgen. Chernoborg, yeah. No, why do you do this? Why do you accidentally select a color when I don't want you to? This is true. I like that they picked that one guy in American Gods to be Chernoborg. The devil from Constantine. I always forget his name. I should probably know it because I like that guy. You stole John Wick's car? I think that's my favorite part about those movies is explaining to somebody how much they fucked up and how they fucked everybody by doing that. They're like, well, we're all gonna die thanks to you. We were totally fine doing our illegal operation here. But you live by the fuck around and find out philosophy. Yeah. That should have been the storyline for Wrath. As he turns into John Wicks. He takes all the flow items and turns them into weapons and takes down the cartel. And saves Tish. He uses his soup pans as weapons. He is too cinnamon for that, you're correct. Why did my music stop? Oh, it's just one of those songs that has like an insanely long silent outro for no goddamn reason. It drives me nuts when bands do that, where they either have like some sort of like instrumental that lasts like way too long and then it like fades out and there's like 4 minutes of silence. It's like, fucking why? Like literally nobody likes that. Shots. Like Hassian. That's true. Like, that dude's crazy. He lives out in the woods by himself all the time. Like, are you serious? You killed Tao? You did what? Do you know what you unleashed on Killama? Friday night. Friday night. All right, my least favorite part. Let's bring this up so you can see how I have the hands here. Let's bring it down a bit. Get his gloves going here. Ugh. No. Use the eraser. Jeez. Should have done the smart thing and done the lines for the hands on a separate layer, but you know what? We're already here. It's fine. I can deal with it. Definitely got to back it out every now and then just to make sure it looks good from a distance. So that's really what we're going for here. Been trying to adapt the philosophy that not all the lines have to be perfect. You know, if you look at a lot of the pros, a lot of their like line and detail work isn't, you know, when you zoom into it, it isn't like super like perfection, but it still looks really good. So that's what we're going for. Let's cut out some of these lines where we're going to have the fingers. And we're probably going to do like a decent amount of paint over in the hands anyway, because that's where the magic's going to be coming from. So the details aren't like super, super important. Draw like a child's room, but always, but yeah, true. Helps that he was also like an awesome character, so. Let's see, let's kind of like imply the little knuckle things I had on this one. And that there's that part there. Cool. You know, especially since like a lot of like, you know, artwork these days is gonna be viewed on like a cell phone anyway. So not a lot of people are gonna be like either have the ability to zoom in or are even going to be concerned with like zooming in because they're going to look at it for like maybe 30 seconds tops and then they're going to scroll. So you just kind of want to do enough to at least like, you know, catch their attention for however long you can keep it. I have personally been really bad about that for years, just doing a completely unnecessary amount of detail that like literally nobody was going to take the time to actually look at. So trying to learn my lessons. We're also trying to keep the lines like decently loose. That way we don't lose any of the energy from the sketch. You'd be like, man, this sketch looks so good. And then you like do the line work and then it just looks like, you know, super mayonnaise. And you're like, what the hell? That's right. Well, I might. Then we fight. Exactly. Feel like I'm cooking here. It's okay. Cooking takes time. Lost. And I believe I'll be my guide. It's not goodbye this night. Laugh along with me. I need you to reach my destination. About you, the thing I haven't told you. So I saw that My Hero is doing some sort of like spin-off like anime, but so far it just kind of looks like the exact same story with different characters. Yeah. Heart it was trying to tell you. Should have told you the day I about you. Also, you don't want to focus on any details that are far away from like the main um subject. So as we get like closer down here, we don't have to do as much detail. little line here because he's got a little bodysuit going on. That's true. Well, Fire Force is actually a prequel, which is pretty awesome. Thought that it was really cool that they did that. The new season of Fire Force has the opening has the moon that's like has the smile in it. Yeah, I'm excited. I kind of feel like this is a little off down here. That's okay. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, Burn the Witch was good. Definitely. I actually enjoyed Burn the Witch's story like more than Bleach, because Bleach just totally lost the sauce, like as far as story. Like they started to bring it back with this like final arc because I think he finally got like an actual writer to help him. But you know, they're like, Kubo, take off your sunglasses, and he's like, no, never. I never will. I'm like, all right, buddy. Whatever you say, Mr. Boss Man. Sunglasses are part of his writing process, apparently. There's his lucky pair, I guess. Oh, we're getting there with the lines. Woo! Yeah. Ah, yes. All these ingredients are free, so why not? This makes a good story, right? All the ingredients. I'm not saying I dislike Bleach, because I certainly don't dislike it. Have it to like come at me. I'll tell you how I feel about it. To a blinding line. All right, that's probably good for the lines here. Let me turn that off. We're gonna turn this back on, and that back on. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. We can work with that. So I like to duplicate and then put them on multiply. And then we're going to blur them a bit. Do like 10 since it's pretty high resolution here. There we go. Hell yeah. And some of the effects ended up on the line layer, but that's okay because, you know, we'll probably do a paint over with the effects anyway, so not a biggie. So let me get this organized a little bit here. So I haven't done that yet. We're gonna do lines. Make sure I know what layer is what. Otherwise, I'll spend my whole damn time like trying to figure it out. All right, so trying to decide whether I want to keep some of the sketch in the actual finished. I might. I know that's something that artists like to do where they keep some of the sketch. So we're gonna make it really light and then we're gonna leave it on here for now. And I'll put that in its own folder as well. Keep us organized. Sketch. You know, I wonder how it would look if I took the sketch lines and maybe made them like white. That might look kind of cool. Maybe not. What if I did like it as a divide layer or exclusion? I don't know. We'll play with this later. We can play with it at the end and, you know, go through the different layer blending modes. That way we can figure out what actually works with it and what doesn't. So this needs to be cleaned up here. So what we can do now that we have our more defined lines is we can do a selection of the outside of the lines here. So we do it like this. Again, some of the effects are in here, so I'll have to probably do some like manual adjustments here and there, which is fine. Yep, I'm gonna have to do it manually here. So let's do that. Or we're selecting around the outside of all the image. We're going to try to use the lasso where we can, because that'll just make life easier. I mean, the magic wand. Blah, 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 blah. Do it here. So it's nice and clean. All right, that's looking pretty, oh, no. I spoke too soon. There we go. And then we can invert this selection. Actually, let's do this first. We'll go to the layer we already had. We can do this to clean it up. And then we can invert it. If I can choose the right damn tool, that'd be awesome. There we go. Now it's all filled in. So now we have a layer to clip everything to. Makes life like so much easier. Alex, what's up, dude? So glad you made it. Working on an illustration for my Webtoon character here, so So we're going to stick this in a layer. We're going to call it our base. Well, we're going to do flats on top of it. So it's going to be flats slash base. Base. Try to get the silly flowing today. All right, so for now, we're going to turn this off. Probably don't need this right now either. So there we go. Yeah, I wanted to take the sketch and actually turn it into a full-blown illustration, so that's what we're going for here. I think it's looking pretty good so far. So now we're going to add the flats. And we're going to do that by also having them in different folders here. So this is going to be the skin, which will also be clipped. We can do that because the folder itself is actually clipped. And I can go up here and I can do some color picking if I want. And I have my lines layer as a reference layer. So that means that I can just kind of take my paint bucket tool. You know, I just realized this is with actual lighting applied to it. So we're not going to do that because his skin's a different color and I want to apply a different lighting scheme to it. So we're going to do some manual adjustments here because he's got kind of like some ruddy skin. It's out in the desert all the time, so out in the wasteland. So he would not be pale. But he's got red hair and blue eyes, so it's going to have kind of like a little bit of a reddish tint to his skin. All other characters can go home, right, Havoc? It's all about the Val. We're going to kind of clean it up just a little bit here and there. And right here needs it. I also kind of want to make sure that the color goes like as much over lines as well, because I usually take all the coloring I've done in the piece and I apply it over top of the lines. That way it looks a little more like painterly when I'm done with it. It helps a lot with like paint over for like effects and everything too, when like it's all like cohesive where it's supposed to be, so don't have to do quite as much. No. Damn internet. How dare the internet kneecap you? That's not okay. By the way, I actually did some of my own work on the art share stream and have been actually reaching out to people on my own, so patting myself on the back for doing that and not having Alex and Pensy do like all this free labor essentially. Though I do appreciate your help every single time because you guys are amazing. John 17 is actually helping me out too. They've got like 40 some accounts they want to add to it, and I'm like, hell yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was super lame. Windows Update doesn't understand the concept of consent. Microsoft is like, you want this, right? Well, too bad, because you're going to get it. Especially like adding like freaking AIs to your computer that you sure as shit don't want. Definitely not okay. It's like, yeah, let's add something to your PC that uses 100% of your CPU all the time. That'll make it run correctly, right? Oh no, even Pensie's internet is crashing. Damn. What is up with the internet? Yes, welcome back, Betsy. We're very happy that you are back. Oh my god, my voice sounds weird today. I can hear it. I don't like it. Oh yeah, Twitter tried to flag me for spam when I was like sending messages to people about the art share as well. They're like, this looks like a bot. And it's like, well, I mean, I can't write a personalized message to absolutely everybody. You know, when I'm messaging like 50 or more accounts here, like I'm not going to write, I just don't have the capacity to write everything over and over and over again. Yeah, it's been raining lately a lot here too. Like luckily today it's not, like, so I can stay awake, but at least for a little while. I might possibly take a nap after this. I haven't decided. Been napping a lot lately, so. All right, cool. So we got the scan. So we're going to do another layer, and then we're going to put this also in a folder. And then we're going to clip that folder to the one below it. So this one's going to be the eye white slash teeth, because we can do those as similar colors. Well, the same color essentially. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this skin color and we're going to take away a lot of the pigment of it, but we still want it to be like a little bit present and a little bit gray. And that's how I always like select my color for my eye whites and my teeth, because you don't want them to be pure white, because they're not actually, you know, pure white in reality either. So even in something like stylized, totally okay if it's like, you know, an actual like straight up like animation, like a cartoon, like that's totally fine to have them be completely white. Oops, I didn't just notice I didn't get all of the skin. Thanks. I know a lot of people tend to like once I started drawing Val initially, a lot of people were like, "Ooh, I like this character." I'm like, "Yeah, I did my best." Like once we get into the chapters too, you get to see the banter like back and forth between like the brothers and whatnot. All right, so now we can do the iris. And we're gonna kind of pick a little bit of more neutral blue here. They're pretty scrappy too. They get into little like scuffles as brothers do. Like Val might be super skinny, but he can hold his own. He's not a total weenus. And I'm gonna lock these pixels so I can do just a little bit more on it here. I probably should have desaturated these colors a little bit more, but that's all right. We can make adjustments. I can take like this and then we can fix it. Because we can add the saturation back in with like effects and whatnot. So I'm gonna desaturate this a little bit too. Still annoyed that some of the like shining effects and whatnot got on the freaking line layer. That's okay. We can work with it. Yeah, he's got total cardio for days. Yeah, there would be a lot of running away in the wasteland for sure. At least if you were smart, there's a lot of running away. You don't have to fight every battle. And before I forget, I'm gonna add some stuff to the skin layer here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start this as a multiply layer, and we're gonna take some red. And he's got a bit of a sunburn here from where the goggles go across his face when he's driving the bike. And then what we can do is we can take this and erase it away so it looks even, whoop, not like that. Erase away that part so it looks even more like a sunburn line. But I'm going to make it a little less harsh in some places here. So we're going to kind of blur it just a bit. like that. We're going to do some there, and then we can also use this for like, you know, some blush from like the actual skin. A little bit on the nose, a little bit around the lip area, a little bit around where the eyes are. This way it'll make it so the skin doesn't look so lifeless, you know. We're just going to do it pretty subtly here. We do the tips of the fingers. Underneath here. A little bit on the knuckles. You know, just places where the skin is like kind of like see-through, so you get a little bit of the like the blood color underneath. And then what I usually do is I bring that down to like 50%, and I duplicate it, and I either do a hard light or a glow dodge. So I think with this one, we're going to do a hard light. There we go. I want to make sure I save. I don't want to lose everything. It'd be super sad. All right, so we got the skin, we got the teeth, we got the eyes. So let's see what I want to do next. Probably the body suit. We're going to kind of build it from the bottom up. I'm on the fucking flight list. I know a lot of people didn't like this song, but I really like it. Right now. All right, let's see. So I'm going to do it gray because with the shadowing, it's going to be black. Yeah, yeah, same. Exactly. It's like, I can't sing this whole song. There's definitely parts that my complexion prevents me from singing, especially on the internet. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Spoiler alert, I am not African American. One of these days, though, I do want to do like a one of those like DNA test things to see exactly what my heritage is, because I feel like my parents probably omitted a lot from my heritage, because I look very like Middle Eastern when I'm tan. So I have my suspicions. Yeah, yeah. Havoc thought I was like Middle Eastern. A lot of people I think I'm Jewish when they meet me. Even like, so when I worked at Starbucks, we had a lot of Jewish men that would come through there, and they would just like converse with me as if I was actually Jewish. And I'm like, I don't have the heart to tell you that I'm not. You're being nice to me, so I'm gonna roll with this. You know what? The gloves are also going to be black, so I probably should make them the same color. Maybe some of my slime. From what I know of, like what, or at least of what I've been told, I have like French and Native American and supposedly a little bit of Portuguese. Um, my mom's side of the family uh, is like Welsh, and not all of them, from what I understand, are white people there either. So, it's funny too because like looking at like family pictures from when like I was a little kid, like all of us lined up together, I kind of look like I'm adopted almost, and I'm just like, is there something they're not telling me? Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, especially if you like the country you live in, you should definitely consider yourself that. So, like, I would never claim to be from anywhere else other than America. I wouldn't necessarily be proud about it, but I wouldn't say that I'm not American. Yeah, yeah. No, I think you got the right idea. I just realized I didn't fill in some of these areas here with my flats, and some of them are outside. Yeah, yeah. I get what you're saying. As an American, this is not political at all, but if we could just stop ruining the world, then I then I wouldn't have a problem with saying I'm American. We're just fucking everything up for everybody else, and it's awful. Like, dude, can you leave everywhere else alone, please? It's like I want to be able to go other places and not have them be like, ugh. That would be nice. Oops, just realized I gotta leave an open spot here. So the skin can show through. He's got an opening in his glove there, so. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, they do. Um, but yeah. No, I'm super happy I wasn't born in a place where, there was a lot of like conflict and whatnot. You're 100% right on that, Alex. Things could always be worse. Like I couldn't imagine, living in a place where it's like a constant war zone. Yeah, exactly. And the best thing you could do is just try to be the a source of the positive things. Keep trying to contribute as much like positivity to the world as you can. Enriching life is better than, complicating or destroying it. So, like, I try to treat everybody with, as much kindness as I can until you give me a reason not to. I won't let people walk on me, but I'll certainly give people a shot. Yeah, really. I don't know either. So let's see here. I'm trying to make sure. I think I had that as a dark blue. And this is also black, so we're gonna also do that. And then this part of the hood, I believe, I also have as being black. I put a lot of black on his design because, he's going to be part of a webtoon, so you want to keep the color scheme, pretty basic. So you don't have like this massive like palette that you're working with. Driving you nuts all the time, making sure that you have things like the right color. Oh wait, this is gonna, hold on, I gotta actually do this, because this is the inside of the hoodie. This outside part, like the lip part, has some black. Like that. And I just noticed here that, well, actually that's part of the hair. So we're good on that. Don't have to worry about that. I'm going to be able to put some colors over top of some of these because we have, you know, the fun part about digital art is being able to layer. Actually, let's make this, if we want it to also be nice and thick because it's thick on the other side. Yeah. And this part of the jacket is also black. Actually, let's do it from this fold here. I'll make some adjustments. Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's see. Actually, all down here is black as well. There is black on the goggles, but I want to do that on a separate layer since it's going to be over top of things. Whoops, it looks like I had some blue by accident here on the lines layer, so let me get rid of that. We don't need that. There we go. So let's see, where else? I think that's probably good for that layer. So let me actually label this a bodysuit, gloves, bodysuit slash gloves slash pants slash trim. There we go. So now I know what that is. Yeah, I see you. Sorry, I looked away from chat here for a minute there. All right, and then I did a darker blue for the jacket part here. So let me find, I really should have made a palette for this, but oh well, we can figure it out. Probably that blue. that, and then we're going to put it in a folder as well. We'll equip that folder. All right, so let's see. Gonna have to use my lasso tool here. And then we'll go back and clean it up. Oh, damn. Yeah, that's definitely a delay there for sure. I know it takes a few seconds for you guys to like hear me too with the latency. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. This part is a different color. Gotta remember like the structure of things here. Like this is the over jacket part. This. And then we'll cut away some of the blue so it's not over top of everything. Cut these fingers out here. Concentration mode. G. So I actually took the time to make some clips from like my streams and put them up on TikTok and stuff. So It's definitely a hard thing to do because it's like I have to skim through like 2.5 hours worth of like talking. So like I try to find like the really like silly moments from my streams and put them up. I actually got a new follower the other day from somebody that saw my YouTube from my art VOD, and I was like, hell yeah, people are actually seeing this. That makes me happy. I was really worried that nobody was like, it wasn't recommending it to anybody. But I really need to cut it up into smaller pieces because like 2.5 hours of like me yapping and drawing is a lot to take in. So I need to cut it down to like 15 minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. I just like always forget like the login for my damn video editing software. And then I'm like, oh, I'll find it later. And then I don't. Then ADHD is like, you don't want to do that. You want to play Palia or, you know. Save. So I don't lose my shit. I'll be very, very sad. All right, let's do. I think flats are actually like my least favorite part of doing an image. It's like they're just kind of boring, It's like I want to get like straight to the rendering, but I need these in order to like, know what I'm doing, know what part I'm working on, have a base for it. Master of karate, friendship for everyone. It's so silly. Master of karate, friendship for everyone. Oh, I can actually put this. No, not like that. I can move the whole folder down here. That'll make this easier. So I can just select all of this. Yes. And then I can select all of this. Boom. And I want to select this to try to make sure that it also goes over the layers, over top of the lines later. Come on, age and join me. Invade on matrimony. This show's so stupid. I love It's Always Sunny. Yeah, they're cover of Dayman came on my playlist. Oh, by the way, if you guys hear some like rumbling in the back, they are cutting our grass here at the apartment. So do apologize if you guys can hear that. Oop, I got one more spot right here. And the actual inside of the jacket, need that too. Yeah, clip that, unclip this. It was funny. I was going through the VODs or whatever, and like the parts where like I'm like either singing along to music or you know, like humming and stuff. It's like you can't hear that because I have the music turned off for YouTube, so I don't get copyright striked. So it's just me making like silly noises. Well, yeah, this is totally normal, guys. Don't even worry about it. It's kind of like when people take like musical performances and they'll like remove all the sound and put like silly like manual sound effects like their mouth or something, or like just like the squeaks of the shoes. Like there's a YouTuber that Havoc and I like called Jamie French, and she'll do that sometimes so she doesn't get hit with copyrights, and it's so funny. She'll put like squeaks and like fart noises and stuff in it. It's like I'm dead. All right, let's do his. Let's see. So I have to do it on top of this. I don't know if I just spelled bandana correctly, but you know what? I know what it means, so we're not going to worry about it. Don't judge me. Man, flats are just so tedious. Just sucks that they're so important. Want to make sure I got all of it covered. Paint bucket doesn't always get all the little details. There we go. Oh crap, I forgot to do the lines for the back of the bandana over here. Oh well, it'd be under this shirt anyway, so I think we'll be okay. We'll just not worry about it. I can always add it later with like a paint over or something if I wanted to. If I so desired. Oops, and I missed part of the undershirt again. Get that. Man, I keep noticing spots where it's like over the skin. I don't want the blue to be over the fingers here or over the gloves. I want to make sure all the details are filled in too. Because then we'll go do the rendering and there'll be like little like white spots in the rendering. And it'll drive me nuts. I'll make lots of frustrated noises. Grunts and frustration. I'm really glad that I labeled this stuff. All right, getting there. So we got most of the big parts done here. So we can start doing some of this. So let's do the hair. We're going to have two different layers in here for the hair. One is going to be for the under part of his hair because it's darker underneath, and the other part's going to be the upper hair. So I'm going to label those upper and under. Keep it organized. All my colors and whatnot. All right, so let's do the upper hair is like a big part of it. So let's get the bigger sections done first. We'll work up big, medium, small. Oops. Oh, this is supposed to be where this hairpiece is. Ah, kind of messed up with that, but that's all right. We can fix that. We'll do a paint over later on parts that are a little wonky. And again, I want to make sure I'm getting all the details covered with the flats. You guys working on any stuff while you lurk in my my chat here? Stuff I can be excited to see. We're probably all just concentrating on our artwork here, I bet, if I had to guess. Hell yeah. Cranking it out. I like it. How's it going on like Spotify and stuff with that? Do you get a lot of downloads and whatnot, or however Spotify works, maybe like listens? Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, this is this part, actually. Ah, I was doing this wrong. Okay, okay. Got it. All right. So we're going to delete this part. Got a little mixed up with my lines here as to what part was what. I should have caught that. So this is the side piece of the hair there on the other side. Let's see. Hey, that's better than nothing. You're making more than me off of your craft here, so I'd call that a win. I'm so close. I'm at freaking 45 followers here. If I can get 5 more people to follow, I'll be able to start making at least a little bit of money off of streaming. It'll be exciting. It'll be like my first like major milestone hit. My first goal. I'll be a flashy affiliate. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Like, I'm really, really trying to get there. I appreciate it. I'll get there. I feel like I've done fairly well for not streaming very long anyway, so I'm pretty proud of myself so far. Just being consistent is also a thing to be proud of, so doing the thing versus not doing the thing. ADHD is always like, hey, you should not do the thing. You should just sleep all day. It's actually like ADHD and depression just like tag teaming me. Like, you could stream, or hear me out, you could sleep. And then I turn around and one kicks me in the stomach and the other one stone cold stutters me. Yep, exactly. Oh shit, we're getting to the point where I can almost start shading. That's exciting. All right, let's see here. Do goggles base, which is also going to be black. Stand the walls. Gosh, now. We went right down the ground. All right. Fill this stuff in, and then we can clean it up from there. Out to me. Simple, stronger than this now. Out and be. Distance still haunts me out. And you feel like the loneliness is better replaced by this. Believe that there's my fearing of us and fear in my eyes, growing stronger each day. Into stone glue, hear you say, 2 weeks you ran away. We're not that way. Never gonna give up on you. All your trust again. And break my back, you did right again. There we go. We got the goggles base. So now we just need the actual goggles part, and there's, oh yeah, and then I gotta put his little pocket device parts, so do that. Gotta have a pocket. To me, not that way. Never get up on you. Take this, and we're gonna desaturate just a little bit. Boop, boop, boop. Easy peasy. Ah, I got some stuff over there. Got the hair. I gotta fix a little bit here. It's just so tedious. Is this not it? Oh, the goggles are over top. Haha. That's what the problem is. That went out of bounds. Make sure that this is good too while I'm at it. That's a little bit over. This is kind of crazy here. Oh yeah, this part right here is not supposed to be like this. There's a little gap because that's a little separate piece of hair here. So I'll have to go into the base part and erase away some of that. That way it won't confuse me again. So go down here and we don't make it orange. Do this. I was kind of wondering why that part of the silhouette looked a little weird. Looked a little chongus. There we go. That makes more sense. And then we can go back to this. And we can fill in right there. And in here and in here. All right, almost there. Almost done with the flats. Oops, not right there. I'm gonna do glow, and then we're also gonna do the base. Do that glow over top, base, and pockets / devices. All right, we're gonna make these just a little bit lighter. When you call me señorita, and I didn't need ya. La la la, it's true la la love. I did. Oh, you should have made of it when you call me señorita. You know what? Since we're gonna go over it with the glow color, I can just go ahead and fill this 100% in here. Stop messing around. There we go. Then on the glow areas, there, there's actually some glow on these. And I'm going to add the glow on the goggles probably at the end for like effects. There we go. I think we got all the flats. Hooray! Ugh, take my robe off here, getting a little hot. A little hot. Hot. There we go. All right, so what I'm thinking I should do here is I think I'm going to put all this in a folder. And I'm going to do like the glowy effects first, and that way I can do the shadow work from there. Label that as Val as a whole. And then what I can do is, can they add the glow and stuff first? We'll work backwards. We'll work from light to dark here. Just so we can get an idea. I'm going to turn this background back on. Do hard light. Let's do a pretty big brush here. Probably this size. And we'll start with actually a soft brush. So we can kind of like get the light source going here. So we're going to start with kind of how the glow is going to like radiate out. You can see it a little bit down here. It's going to be really bright in this particular area here. And then we can take and apply it a little bit differently this way. Some of the points that are sticking forward a little bit more, which are going to get more of the glow. Through here and his face. Under like that. It's going to be a lot lighter, but you'll still be able to see some of the glow out this way. This is going to have a decent amount of glow from this plane here. A little bit coming out that way. A little bit down his forearm here. Be nice and bright in this area here. Kind of coming up a little bit like that. Then we can go even smaller here. Kind of continue to emphasize areas. probably get just a little bit on the inside of the hoodie here as well. Oh, this is actually going to be blocking a good amount of the glow here now that I think about it. We're going to go back and like refine all this anyway. This is just like the generalized glow. We're not doing any like the hard glow areas yet. So what we can do is take it down to like 30. We're just going to build up gradually here. Some glow dodge. And possibly kind of thinking maybe some overlay. Just to start us off. Maybe not glow dodge. Glow dodge is a little... How about color dodge? Glow dodge looks better. Take it. We're actually going to bring it down to like 15. Bring this hard light actually up. So I want more of that color. And we're going to tweak this a bunch as we go, so... Oh, what about linear light? How about vivid light? How does that look? How about the same? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a different color. We could always change the color of like the magic later if we don't necessarily vibe with this. We're probably going to have to do a lot of playing with this to get it to the way that I want it to look anyway. Definitely going to be a lot of the light source around the finger area. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it messy, right? So I know where the light source is, and then I can do the work on the shadows with that as like a kind of a sketch of where the light source is. I think that's probably our best bet. Let's see. We're gonna just do like a general shadow to start. All right. It's okay, Betsy. Thanks. Yeah, I'm just getting the trying to get like the vibe for like the lighting and stuff like that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the individual shadows and whatnots here. So we're gonna take this flat color here. We're gonna hue shift it to a little bit colder. And we're gonna make it a little darker. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah, we've been cooking since then, so all good intentions. To hold me close. No, baby, why don't you just meet me in the middle? I'm losing my mind just a little. Actually working on Luke's OC here gives me kind of a idea of what I need to do for the shadowing, which is nice. I'm learning. Work on a couple of pics for your elf OC. Her birthday's in 2 days. Nice. Can't wait to see that you work on that. I really like seeing all your different like OC pieces. It's always awesome. You always do such a good job. Just meet me in the middle. Losing my mind just a little. Man, so let's see here. So let's see. So the light source would be kicking the shadow up this direction. So we want it like that. That and actually let's have it more like that. There and that'll also be in shadow. This would actually be in shadow there. So we're going to make this brush bigger. Do this. Demon Slayer Elf Girl. So she's covered in scars. Ooh, I like it. The smegsiness increases. And we're definitely going to go through and we're going to soften some of this at some point. Maybe erase away some of this shadow. Yeah, we'll have to blend some of this together. Yeah, Bella. Bella so hot. Yeah, I got stuff on my tablet screen here. I don't like it. Yeah, we'll have to go through and clean all this up, but that's okay. So we're going to take our smudge here and we're going to start to kind of soften up some parts of it here and move it around just a little bit. Let's make it a little bit bigger for like this area. Really soften it up. This also needs to go up like that. Then we can go through and we can cut out some of this here and there. Add some in too. Let's do this a little bit. Let's see. Define that a little bit more. And there. Right there. Need like a real small lip right there. Bless you. All right, let's smudge out just a little bit of some of these and just soften them up here and there. Just at certain points. Bring this down. Linear burn. All right. Cool, cool, cool. And then we're gonna do overlay layer for some what's it called? A subsurface scattering. Yeah, that's what it's called. So we're just gonna, oops, if I was on the right layer, right, tool. There we go. So we just put it kind of on the edges of some of these shadows. This isn't like 100% accurate either. I just like to add them because it's like a personal thing I like to put. Just to give you some separation in values. So. We don't have to go super crazy with it, but I kind of want to re-emphasize it through here. On the nose, then on the ears up here. Then on the fingertips. Then we're going to go a little smaller, kind of go across the edge of the shadows. Kind of lips a little bit. It's pretty subtle. No, don't delete. No. Duplicate. Glow dodge helps it show up a little bit more. All right, so now we're going to take the skin color on a screen layer and we can start reinforcing some of this lighting. Kind of do like a little bit of a lighter pass first with the airbrush. And then from there we can go in and do some more detailed stuff. We're actually going to lighten up in here so you can see more detail there. And these around the fingers here. Across the top of that. That. And now we can do some like detail. Nothing like super crazy, just a little bit here and there. It's the top of the lip here. All right, so we definitely want to emphasize where the light is still able to hit, even though it's blocked by some stuff here. But there would definitely be some detail in the ear, like this, like in the center of it all, and then on the underneath sides. And we'll blend that in just a bit here and there. And under here would definitely be very bright because it's where the light source is coming from. It's underneath. Love it when it doesn't select my eraser when I want it to. That's my favorite. And it's going to be a lot of highlights here. And then we'll kind of blend it out a little bit right there. Light source is going to be hella bright right here. So it's okay to have like a lot of contrast. There's also going to be a lot of like detail that kind of gets lost with the light sources once we get into like the magic. So all right, so what I'm thinking, I'll turn this off real quick just to take a look at it. Just to see how things are going. That's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that down. We're going to duplicate it. Make it a glow dodge layer. So it looks more like lighting. Make sure I save. And I think I want to play a little bit more with some subsurface scattering. Just because like we have a very bright light source that's going to be. So we're going to do glow dodge, and we're actually going to do, like an orangey color. Yeah, we can keep using this brush too. So we're going to kind of do some through here. Not sure why that's coming out green like that. Maybe it's, oh, it's because of that multiply. I see. So let's do some around the fingers here. Really, because light will definitely shine through these because it's really transparent right there. Kind of do this. Do a little bit around the nose area and the lips. And right here as well. That's looking pretty good. So let's put a skin gradient map on. Let's see. I found one that I liked the other day in my really need to rename some of these ones that are like in Japanese or Korean. So I know what the hell they are. Let me start from the top, maybe. There's that one. But that's not what I'm looking for. I have another one. There we go. I think it's these. All right. I'm going to look through them and see which ones work. It's kind of close. About that one. That one kind of gives me the shadowing and the contrast. Let me see. It looks like the soft light. I think that's pretty good. I'm going to check one other. I'm going to go through the others real quick to see if any of them make a difference or not. Which one am I on? Blue, purple, brown. that. Excuse me. Oh my god, I'm sorry, guys. Oh. Fuck you, pollen, like for real. I hate every second of it. It's awful. That one looks kind of good too. This one makes them a little less dark. Now let's do that. We do that. We can zoom like way out. And then what we're going to do is a tone curve here. Hit OK real quick so it applies just to the skin. Let's see. So what do we want here? Do we want the mid ranges to come up? Or is it going to be the highlights? Oh, we got a meeting coming up. Okay, I'll have to, you're going to go downstairs? Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Let's see. Want this to still be pretty dramatic here. I think the ranges are already pretty good. I think I did a pretty good job. Maybe if we made the darks a little darker. I don't want to lose the details though. I think that's pretty good. We didn't do a lot of changes, but brand new eyes. You can see the science. Now I can do like a color balance as well. And we can start messing with the lighting from the actual effects. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. Alright, gonna make the shadows more blue. Maybe a little more green too. I think just blue is okay. Now we can some cyan and some green for the midtones maybe. We might also just do this with the effects themselves. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave the colors as they are for that, and then we'll place colors over top of it to get the effects we're looking for. I think that's the best bet because I don't want to mess it up either because I think it looks good right now. Knowing restraint is always a good thing. All right, so let's get rid of that. Now what we're gonna do, take that and that. We're gonna merge it because I'm pretty happy with it. Also, I don't want my computer to hate me, as it often does. So we're gonna duplicate this twice. We'll do color. We're gonna do chromatic aberration. And then we're gonna do lighten. Blurred by 50. And then we're gonna bring that down quite a bit. We're gonna bring it down to like 30. Actually, maybe even less than that. Let's do like 15. There we go. Then what we can do is we can duplicate all this, merge it, and then we're going to stick it above the lines. Like that. And then hard light, bring it down to 50%. I'm gonna blur it by like 20. Duplicate, we're gonna do not color dodge, we're gonna do glow dodge. Bring that down to like 20. Duplicate, lighten, then duplicate, darken, just so we don't lose the detail. But we kind of want it to like mix into the with the lines here. No, that's not what I want to do. I'll have to keep it like that for now until we get the other parts of the layers done. See how it looks a little more painterly when you put like what you've done with the flats and the shading over top of the lines, kind of like mixes them in a little bit. Kind of like it belongs there. So I think it's looking pretty sweet so far. I'm pretty happy with it. I am going to go get some water real fast, guys. So I will be right back. What I'm going to do is I'll do this so you guys can see it. Take a look at it until I come back. All right, sorry about that, guys. I was just getting like super thirsty. Like hellaciously thirsty. Oh my god, I keep getting stuff on my tablet. Get off my screen. No. Spray it. There we go. Jeez. All right, so that was pretty good for the skin. Let's do... I kind of like to do things from the bottom to the top. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll work on the undershirt next. Actually, should probably look up a reference for the cloth. Let me find one real fast. Close reference. Shirt. Clothing folds, maybe that'll help. That's a pretty good reference. I can use that, I guess. Oh wait, here we go. That's an even better one. Of course it's a Sheen ad. Why wouldn't it be? Frickin' jerks. How about this one? Aha, that one is not a Sheen ad. Hell yeah. Let me put that in my reference folder. Hi buddy, I promise we'll play soon. Let's do this as clothing. And put it in a folder that says shirts. So I'm not digging through everything. There we go. And da-da-da-da, where's my references? There they are. There we go. This will give me kind of an idea of like what folds will look like, because it'll be like similar to this material here. So let's see, towards the bottom here. Maybe something like that. It's a lot of triangles I see. And like some flat surface a little bit here and there. It's also not hella wrinkly the way it is right now. And we kind of want to have the shadow too from the jacket on it. And we're gonna make this a little darker. And then I think around the edges of the fold here, we're going to have it be just a little bit darker. At least where it looks like it needs to be. A while ago, take me, MTV. My ego is not my amigo. Don't belong on this planet. Understand it now. One, tell me. Maybe smudge this a little bit in a few areas. Oops. I also realized. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That's why I put it there. So, oh, I know why there's gray over top of it, because I need to erase away some of where the pants are. The heck? Just want to get rid of this gray. And also a little bit off of here. Oh, it's because it's like, okay. The way I did the layering. Right. Multiply. No, that's weird. I don't know why I was doing that. We'll figure it out. That's so weird. I don't know why that's like that. Erm. Maybe if I do that. No, that's already right. Huh. Huh. Confused. I wonder if I did this, then did that. Nope. It's being super weird. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna see how far we can go back. And now we can't go back. uh, why? Why is this like this? That doesn't make any sense. Because it's not supposed to be there. I wonder if I can cheat. We can fix it. Like, I do this, then change this. Change this part. Maybe. And then when I do the shadowing over it, maybe it'll be right then. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So we're just going to keep rolling. It'll be fine. All right, so let's see. See that. That. And we need to have at least a little bit of shadow from the jacket over top. I'm going to try to at least get this part done, and then I think from there I will call the stream. So I do have things I need to get done today. I need to be an adult here. Do adult things, even though I just want to draw all day. Let's see, color. So we definitely want some shadow from that. Let's see, let's put this back here so I can see you guys. It's actually going to be a lot of shadow covering things over here. So most of this is actually going to be quite dark. We're going to make it a little lighter through here, just a bit. So let's see. That and that, with that. Let's see, did I get all of it? I think I did. All right, so we're going to take this down. Duplicate, duplicate, linear burn. Then we can do the lighting. So we're going to take the base color again. We're going to do a screen layer. All right, now I got to kind of think about the points. Looking at the reference here. How things might look. Definitely a lot of triangles again. And like zigzag kind of. And let's do it like that. And then if we need to smudge away any of it to make it look a little less rigid in certain spots, we can, like right there, maybe a little bit. Right here where the light's less apparent. Now below here, a little bit on the inside of that. We'll do the same down here. Farther away from the light source here, we can blur it. And a little bit there. that. There, and want at least a little bit of this down here. And then we'll blur away, like I said, some spots where it's farther away from the light source. Or just kind of where it needs to be a little less sharp. That. And we're not going to be able to really have a lot of the light reach here because of the way that it's folded. So we're just going to do a little bit there, like that. And we're actually going to blur it out too because it's going to be farther away from the source. This inside part is really like facing the light source, so I'll be able to put a ton of it right there. Oh, what happened to my music? Why? Why did you stop? Let me try to find something to give me some more energy real quick so I can push through to finish up this shirt before we wrap up for today. That'll work. No, chat. Why did I freaking minimize? Ah, rah. Hell yeah, Windseeker. Working on Val. Casting a spell that he can't handle, as usual. Bring that down. And duplicate. Do glow dodge again. I think we're going to turn that down just a little bit though to like 30%. It's pretty good. Think I want to add a little bit more shadowing here though. Just to make it a little more dramatic. So we'll do it like kind of around here. In fact, we're going to make this a much darker blue. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit up here. Some back here. The light's not hidden quite as much. Definitely down here. on that plane. A little bit under there. And we'll just kind of make like a circular kind of right there where the magic's going to be. All right, cool. So let's find a gradient map and then we'll do some adjustments. Maybe put my cool shadows. Kind of want one that has enough like variations in like color. So let's try this with soft light. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to zoom it way the hell out again. And we'll do our tone curve. And we'll adjust where we need to. I'm going to make the darks a little bit darker. Make the lights towards the light source a little more intense, I think. Just a little bit, maybe bring some of it in just a bit like that. So it's like most intense, like right here. I think that looks good. You zoom out, yeah. And I think that looks pretty good. I might actually add a texture layer too, I think. So we'll do some oh, I know what I can do. Fill the whole thing. We're gonna fill this whole thing with this color. And then we're going to do filter, effects. We're going to do noise. Let's bring the strength way up on it. Probably about there. And what about brightness? Nah. Overlay. What about brightness now? Have a little bit of texture going on here. There we go. Bring it to like 20%. You know what? I should actually not make this blue. I should make it like I do it as like a neutral, like a gray. It'll probably work out better. And then effects, noise. There we go. Super subtle, but all right, so let's merge that. Duplicate it twice. Color. Some chromatic aberration. And then lighten. Gaussian blur. That actually kind of looks good at 50. I mean, at 100%. I think we'll leave that. So we're gonna duplicate all of that. Merge it. Let's go ahead and keep my stuff organized here. Now we can take this, do over the lines like we did before, or it can just go in the wrong folder. Super fun. I love it when it does that. It makes life enjoyable. There we go. That. Hard light. Filter. 20%. Then we'll take this down to 50. Duplicate. Glow dodge. We'll do like we did with the skin. We'll do 20%. Duplicate. Lighten. And then duplicate one more time to darken it back up just a bit. There we go. Now it's looking pretty good. All right, let me move everything out of the way here so you guys can see everything that we did today, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I got things I got to do here. So I think it's looking pretty good so far here. We got Val, aka Valentine, aka Val Bennet. He is charging up a spell, but he's not always good at it. So the spell is getting a little out of hand. I really just wanted to do an illustration with the concept art that I did of his new design, and also like showcase, of course, that these characters do magic out in the wasteland when they're fighting like zombies and all sorts of other creatures and whatnot. So I think it looks pretty good. I think we did good progress. If you're not already following me, go ahead and give me a follow to see when I go live. Tomorrow I'll be live again at 1 p.m. Eastern time playing some Resident Evil 2 Remix. So if you want to watch a scuffed VTuber get jump scared constantly and freak out, then that'll be a lot of fun for you. I also do a Saturday art share stream where I have people submit to a pin post on Twitter. So if you're an artist, please post your art in the comments on my pin post, and I will show the world and say super nice things about it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day till